So today we are going to be doing a tier list of almost all the WNBA players. We got well over half of them. I've definitely forgot some players. These are players that are somewhat relevant when it comes to the WNBA. Quite a lot of Fever players, quite a lot of Ace players, some Sky players. And this is going to be the tier list that I had the last time. I'm trying to think of players that might not be on this. There's no Gabby Williams, who I would put in the almost star category. But this was the tier list we had from before the Olympics. And yeah, let's try to think if there are any other players. Not really off the top of my head. So, first of all, we got Diana Taurasi. Look, Diana Taurasi was almost an all-star level. She was good. And for everyone being oh no, Diana Taurasi sucks. I'm man, Diana Taurasi was good this year. She wasn't prime Diana Taurasi, but for me anyway, if Diana Taurasi, she's got at least another good year in her. Taurasi, what did she average this year? She averaged 15, 4, and 3.5. She's got another good year in her. So I'll put her in the almost star category. Stewie, one of the best players in the W, get into the MVP category. We have got Jonquel. I'll put Jonquel into the all WNBA category. I think she is in that top 10 player conversation. And I think she's one of the best players in the finals. This video is going to be coming out probably right as I get on a plane. So going to watch these players play in the W finals. Then we're going to put Kat Copper as an all-star. I definitely don't think she's an all W. Yeah, I'll put her all WNBA. I think she'll make the second team, maybe. Yeah, I think she'll make the second team. Temi Figbenle is solid. I think she runs fast, she plays hard, and she's a pretty mediocre player. I like Lindsay Allen more than most people. I think she's a good bench player, so I'll go solid. I'll go solid for Lindsay Allen. I actually really rate Lindsay Allen. When her shooting got better second half of the season, I thought she was super for the for the Chicago Sky. I thought she was, especially when Kennedy Carter went down, I thought she really, really did a good job of kind of taking a bit of the load for the Chicago Sky. Kelsey Plum, very reluctantly all-star. She did step up a few times in the playoffs. Alicia Gray, is she better than Kelsey Plum? I'll go Alicia Gray there. Walker Kimbrough, I really, really like. She's more than a solid bench player. She's a really good bench player, but I'll put her in solid. Solid or solid bench. I'll go solid. Brittany Sykes going to almost star. I really rate Brittany Sykes. I think she's a superb defender. I think she can score a little bit. It's just there are games where she'll come out there and score 2 points. That's the thing. That's the thing when it comes to Brittany Sykes, is that she will just sometimes think of an offense. Bree Jones is not an all-star. I know she was voted an all-star. She's not an all-star level player. Can we just be completely honest for a second? Bree Jones is not an all-star level player. Bree Jones is good, don't get me wrong. But we saw in the playoffs, she's good. That's the best way to describe her. I'll go solid for Carly Samuelson. Definitely the better of the Samuelsons. But yeah, I think she's a mediocre defender and a good shooter. Then we're going to go, not all WNBA, Jesus. I really like Ariel Atkins though. I think Ariel Atkins is better than Brittany Sykes. I think Ariel Atkins is an all-star. I'm shocked she wasn't an all-star this year. I really am. I'll go Jordan Canada. I really like Jordan Canada, but I think this is the Jordan Canada tier. This is definitely the Jordan Canada tier. You'll see the last time I made this list, I made some wild calls. And especially it was based on watching a half a season, and I hadn't seen some players enough. So I think I put what's her name? I put Odyssey Sims in All-Star. Kelsey Mitchell, All-Star. No question about that. Azare Stevens, solid. And she's fine. She's in Unrivaled. So you would think that she's a bit better than solid, but nah, she's a perfectly fine player. That's all I can say. The dog herself, no comment. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. In fairness, she had a good 17-point game, but I'll give no comment. Aja Wilson, obviously she's in that MVP category. Even if you want to hate on Aja Wilson, you can't rank her lower than 4. Sabrina Ionescu, all W. I'm pretty sure I had Sabrina in that MVP conversation. She just wasn't by the end of the season. She is really good though. Like even yesterday in the game, like her defense was exceptional. Like she played exceptional defense despite the fact that like she didn't take a shot. Katie Lou, no comment. No comment on Katie Lou Samuelson. Tierra McCowan, solid, I guess. She's huge. That's really it. Arike, all-star. Again, inefficient shot chucker, but solid. Like very good at it. When she's at her best, she's like one of the best players in the W. But when she's at her worst, she can shoot you out of a game. Hence why her team lost or won 9 games this year or something. So yeah, you've got then you have got Sophie Cunningham, solid. There's no like just solid bench player. I might have to put some people in different tiers. My first solid bench player is coming up soon anyway. But obviously MVP is going into MVP. Fee Collier, you are in to the MVP category. Obviously, she is in the finals. She might be the best player in the finals right now between her and Stewie. And to be fair, sometimes Sabrina Ionescu will look like she's one of the best players in the finals as well. Like for a lot of games, Sabrina Ionescu would be great. Heck, John Quell's balling out, but she's in a little bit below. First solid bench player, Jesus, not Ezzy Magbor. I really like Ezzy Magbor. We're gonna have Megan Gustafson, a very, very solid bench player in the W. Then we're gonna have I'm gonna put Ezzy Magbor in the All-Star category. I think Ezzy Magbor is one of the most underrated players in the W. I think her shot blocking, I think her ability to stretch the floor at 6'4" with her length. I think she is arguably outside of Neko Wumake the best player on the Seattle Storm. She's a brilliant player. I'll go almost star for Marina Mabry. When she's hot, she looks like she's an all-star, borderline all WNBA, but she can also shoot you out of a game. She is, yeah, that's the level. I'm going to say Alana Smith is an all-star. She is arguably a top 3 defender in the W, and the thing with Alana Smith is that she never really does anything wrong on the court. Like she just cuts, takes layups, hits shots, and is an unbelievable defender. I'm going to put Bridget Carlton in almost star. Unbelievable defender. Can give you 20 on any given game. Can shoot the ball. And this whole Lynx team just look unbelievably good. Dejanay. Purely basketball. She's playing at an all-star level. She is playing at an all-star level this season. I don't... I know some people are going to be a little bit pissed at that. But, yeah, she is, without question, playing at an all-star level this season. So, next we have got... Is that Ty Harris or is that... Oh, what was the 6th player of the year? Is that Tiffany Hayes? I think that's Tiffany Hayes, is it? I think that might be Tiffany Hayes. Yeah, that's Tiffany Hayes. So Tiffany Hayes, like, by the way, I'm like squinting. I can hardly see. Tiffany Hayes is she's unbelievably good. She's in almost stars. She's just coming off the bench because she plays for the Aces. Leni Fibic is an all-star. Stand by that. Leni Fibic is an all-star. Superb player. Absolutely superb. Like, does nothing wrong. Better than Satu, who's also an all-star level player. Satu, I know she made an all-W first team, but I will say that Satu is not quite as good as... she's not quite as good as Leni Fibic. She'll put up more points, but I just don't think she's as good. Kennedy Carter, all-star. Kennedy Carter's really, really good as well. I put her at not far off Kelsey Mitchell. I think she's better than Arike. I think her speed is something that nobody can deal with in the W. So she's going to go into all-star. Dana Evans, I'll go solid bench player. I think she's a fine bench player. Like, that's basically it. I think that's probably the tier that she's going to go into. Michaela Onyenwere. I really like Michaela Onyenwere. She's still only in solid, but I rate Michaela Onyeawere a lot higher than most people would. So that's just me. Ryan Howard is an all-star level player. At her best, she is, again, she's 6'2" Arike. She's 6'2" Arike. And that's the problem is, like, that's one of the things people talking about Juju Watkins being like this sure thing. They're like, oh no, but like, she's 6'2". She can do all this other stuff. She's 6'2". Well, so can Ryan Howard. If Juju Watkins doesn't improve her efficiency, she's literally just Ryan Howard. Nalissa Smith, solid. She played like a solid bench player. She played like a bench player this year, but I'll put her in solid. Shakira Austin, she didn't play enough really for me to rank her, so I'll put her in solid. Maybe being in the almost star category, but I'll put her in solid. Lexi Hull, solid. Very, very solid player. I will go, at this point in time, Jade Melbourne is a solid bench player. But Jade Melbourne, I'm telling you guys, is going to be something, like, she's going to be super. Like, she might be an all-star. She is the youngest player in the W, a 6-foot tall point guard. She's like what would happen if Indiana played Grace Berger. Then we're going to go Aaliyah Boston, obviously an all-star. Jordan Horston is way closer than people think to be an all-star. I think Jordan Horston is so good on defense. If she can get her jump shot down, she's Dejanay. She's better Dejanay. Like, that's realistically, she's better Dejanay if she can get that jumper down. Maddie Siegrist, I liked Maddie Siegrist, especially before she got hurt. But when everyone came back, she really struggled. So I'll just put her in solid. Like, at one stage, I would have thought almost star, but no, I'll put Maddie Siegrist in solid. Next year's going to be interesting for her. Julie Van Loo. At the WNBA level, I'll put her in solid. Like, Julie Van Loo is just better than Evans. She's crazy. Like, genuinely, like, the way she plays. Like, sometimes she'll look unbelievable. Other times she'll look iffy. She's a great passer. But, yeah, I don't know. Caitlin Clark, obviously, MVP in that category. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Caitlin Clark is whatever the highest category is. That is where Caitlin is. Cameron Brink. I think she's closer to an all-star than people realize. She was so good to start the year. Like, I don't think she would have been an all-star, but she was really, really good. Rakia Jackson, almost star. I'm going to actually put all 4 of these rookies in the same category. Like, my hierarchy of rookies at this point are Caitlin Clark, Lainey Febich, these 4. You can have these 4 in any order you want. For me, I would go Rakia. And by the way, Rakia, all 4 of these have higher potential than Lainey Febich, but I think Lainey Febich is already like an all-star level player. I think she's already like that good, that level player. But these players all have potential. Like, if Angel Reese can get that jump, if Angel Reese can even make, if she not even make a jump shot, if she can get her layups down, Angel Reese is an all-star. Is an all-star level player. I know she was an all-star this year, but like, was she better in the regular season than Ezi Magbagor? No. Up to that point, no. Was she better than Alana Smith? In my opinion, no. Was she better in regular season Febich? Obviously. But then you also have to take into account that Satu came back and was better. Ryan Howard was injured. Like, I'll put her in. She had the second best season of all the rookies in the regular season. But I thought Rakia has of these players, I think Brink has the highest potential, followed by Rakia, followed by Cardoso. But all of these, by the way, when I say all-star potential, all these have all W potential. All 4 of these do. I don't think Febich does, but I think Febich is going to win multiple championships as a top 3 player and will be one of the most sought-after third options in the entire league for her entire career. JC Sheldon, I rate JC Sheldon highly, but at this point in her career, she's just a solid bench player. Like, she's not good when she's a starter. Kate Martin's a solid bench player. Dewana Bonner. Look, I don't think like, I get it, she was an all-star this year, but like, I don't think Dewana Bonner has been that good this year. Like, you might be saying, why do I have all the Connecticut Sun players? Like, I'll put Alyssa Thomas in all W, but I do think that Dejanay was better for these. Anytime I've seen the Connecticut Sun play, which is at least 10 times this year, the way I would have ranked their players was Dejanay, AT, 1, 2, and then these 3, depending on the day. Tina Charles, I really thought Tina Charles at times looked good this season, but I'll put her in almost there. Vandersloot, solid. she's still smart. She's still smart. She still like knows what to do. But to say that like Courtney Vandersloot is anything more than just a solid player at this point in her career is, in my opinion, just not correct. Neko Wumake, all W. I would have had her on my all W first team. I would have had her on my first team. So that is, oh, that's Tiffany Hayes. Did I drag the wrong? Oh, sorry. That's Tiffany Hayes. That's Ty Harris. I am so blind. Their faces on my tiny computer screen look so similar. That's Tiffany Hayes. Sorry, Ty Harris, you're solid. You're solid. Like, I like Ty Harris as a player. Griner, all-star. Not putting her higher. Skylar Diggins, very close to being an all-star this year. I'll put her in almost star. Odyssey Sims, solid. I don't know what I was thinking putting her in all-star based on like a stretch of 8 games. Kayla McBride. Get into all W. Get into all W, Miss Kayla McBride. I get it. Bad game 2 in the finals. Great game 1 though. I like this Lynx team. I really do. Alyssa Thomas. Yeah, you can get into the all W category as well. You can get into there. Impressed by Alyssa Thomas in the playoffs. Not impressed by the fact she can't shoot. Natasha Howard, like not far off an all-star level player. I'll put her in almost star. Like she's could be an all-star in any given year. Chelsea Gray at this point in her career, solid. If you're asking me who I would take, Chelsea Gray or Vandersloot, probably Chelsea Gray. But at the same time, if the Aces were desperate and had to play Vandersloot and all Chelsea Gray's minutes, maybe Sloot would be doing better. But the Liberty realized, I was about to say it's time to put old Yeller out of his misery, but they realized it's probably not, like, Sloot's probably not good enough to start anymore, and actually benched her, and she's actually doing really well off the bench, I feel. But the Aces are continuing with their point guard. Beck Allen, fine. Jewel Lloyd, I would be so tempted to put Jewel Lloyd in the solid. Like, Jewel Lloyd, you can't shoot 36% from field and 26% from 3. Like, you've lost. Jewel Lloyd has lost her team more games than she's won. I'm sorry. I'll put her in almost star because she can, on any given day, drop 35, but, like, no. Elizabeth Williams, really good. I really rate Elizabeth Williams. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus, I know she was an all-star. I'm going solid. Diarca Hamby making an all-star and getting 5th place in MVP votes, and I understand the whole Diarca Hamby situation was bad, but, like, come on, that was, I'm going to say this, like, that was, like, negligence. That was worse than the 4th place vote for Angel Reese. Kia Stokes, just don't guard her. Izzy Harrison's a solid bench player. Natasha Cloud, all-star. I think she's so good. She's dropped 30 and 10 in her, like, 2 of her last 3 playoff games. She's one of the best defensive point guards in the league. She can guard 1 through 4. She can shoot the ball a little bit. She's a, like, big game, big moment riser. And she's also one of the better passers in the W. I think Tash Cloud is one of the most underrated players in the league. Benijah Laney Hamilton, I get it. She was unbelievable yesterday. She's solid. Erica Wheeler's a solid bench player. And I'm going to put Courtney Williams in. As great as she's been in the playoffs, I'm not putting her above. Someone gave her a defensive player of the year vote, which is weird. I would be tempted to put her in the all-star category, but I'm not putting her in the all-star category. So yeah, this is the tier list. Players that, like, I would be considering are, like, you could maybe argue like Williams, Angel, Hamby, Jewel Lloyd, and Dwana Bonner. You could argue maybe any of them up because, like, of all those players, like, Williams is stepping up big time, and then Jewel Lloyd, Hamby, Angel, and Bonner and Bree Jones were all actually all-stars. But for me, just the way they're playing, maybe you can move Ariel Atkins down. But at this tier, I am happy with it. I just rate Alana Smith and Phoebus so highly. I'm very happy with my top 4. Very happy with that. And then for as much as good as Kia Stokes is on defense, she is the worst offensive player I've ever seen. And I've seen Alyssa Smith playing badly, which is hard to watch. But yeah, that's it. We spent 20 minutes ranking all players. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.